Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you? Hi. Hi, 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 hi.
Me when the doctor asks how much I smoke.
All right. It's not a question. Look at you. You could be that blazed after one blunt. How am I supposed to know? Also, fun fact, I won the Dynamax adventure I was in because I just kind of let it play. Or no, I didn't win. I got two Tapu Lele and then died on the autoplay.
Yeah, I beat Tapu Lele.
Yeah. So also, sorry that I just left while you were, even though we were back. I'm like, well, usually when the internet goes out, it goes out for a while, so I'll go get food for the wife.
Twas fine. I just ended up doing some stuff, and then I was waiting around for stuff. My dad still has not appeared, so that'll happen hopefully. Yeah.
You know, there are good things and bad things to doing Udemy courses. On the one hand, you know, it's a lot of good information. Like, it's nice to have like a structured learning experience that you can go at your own pace and all that. But the problem is, even if the information is good, the teacher is still probably like a tech bro.
Yeah.
So, like, the entire time I'm hearing him, I'm just like, man, if I met you in real life, I would not be able to stand you.
Or like anytime you go on LinkedIn and the dudes there are the most annoying people possible.
Mm-hmm.
We still doing Donald Max adventures?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm good for it.
The alternative would be to both pick the same Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet, or like the same spot, and just auto battle until one of us gets a shiny.
Riveting.
I know.
Yeah, that's when you
So
choose
funny
like
that I'm like,
the most annoying spot of all time.
so basically anywhere in the base map.
Yes, but like a place with like a pond and like a rock you have to climb up also next to it.
Wait a second. Your name is not Zamazenta. I forgot to put in a link code. I'm sorry, girl. I'm sorry that I'm abandoning you.
Zamazenta was ready to go.
Although the fact that there are still random people just doing it. Honestly, if you had just joined without a code, you probably would have ended up in there too. Maybe that's what we should have done.
Dude, I was still like I was saying, I was trying the Paggy method earlier. There's like a bunch of people every time I reloaded it. What the heck? There's still people playing this game. I mean, it makes sense. It is like literally the most popular franchise in history. So.
Yeah. And Sword and Shield is a legitimately fantastic game.
I'll show you a sec.
Yeah. My queen! You ever think about Golden Boy just unprompted?
No.
Really? I think about it about every time I see a toilet. I think I'm gonna quit making decisions. I'm just gonna listen to
you. Well, Hunter accepted chapter 405. As we were discussing.
405. Yeah, right back into the thick of it. Into the thick of it. I actually did reread through these chapters also while I was eating. Man, just absolutely fantastic. Like, I really do appreciate the whole thing you mentioned with Benolonov, where, like, he's honestly just not that bright.
Yeah. I think it was.
But also, that's like.
Yeah.
Specifically in comparison to, like, all of the super geniuses that are, like, the main characters in the story.
That was the only other thing I had to mention about Bolnov is the thing that he said at the end where he's like, you know, we all know why you left the number 9 spot vacant. Let's put an end to this masquerade once this is over. So it's like kind of like him saying, presumably, even if the troop succeeds here, it's going to be coming to an end.
Mm-hmm.
Which is then juxtaposed by the fact that right after we learned that they already succeeded in killing Saras's killer like a decade ago.
Yeah.
And well, still been going.
We can assume it doesn't say anything for sure. That is just the most obvious interpretation.
Yeah. The only other thing about 405 is afterwards it's the boys. Nobunaga thinks in Phaeton talking to what's his name? Wang. Wang.
Yeah.
The ZU underboss. And confirming Nobunaga's suspicion about something, while at the same time giving us the reader. A little interesting thing about Wang, that he seems to be in leagues with Marina.
Yeah, one thing I really found interesting about that is that we got kind of a confirmation that we didn't know before, that there are people on Morena's side outside of being a part of her contagion specifically.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because I think it's safe to assume that he isn't literally
yeah,
part of it, but I mean, I guess we don't know that for sure. That's just an assumption.
We know what the members are. And we know that like none of them are him because we know all the members unless like one of them's disguised as him or something.
Mm-hmm.
So presumably it's not him.
Yeah. But yeah, so like we know there are people that are on Morena's side that are not a part of Contagion. Which is, I guess it makes sense if you think about it, but it's also like a kind of nice thing to have confirmed here.
Yeah. And then other thing this chapter is that Marina tells Dogman to go do what he needs to do, which we learn what it is. is that he
Yeah.
has the ability to find people of different like types of Nen powers, which is kind of interesting.
I remember we were talking a lot about like what exactly it is that Dogman was going to do. And I know that for me personally, I think that the fact that they were looking for not even like a specific person, like, you know, like we were kind of all wondering about, but like just like a type of Nen person.
Yeah, and it's like confusing, especially because they weren't the only people looking for someone.
Mm-hmm.
Which we'll get into, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, a couple of Marina's goons also level up to 51, it shows, which is like the power-up level. So...
yeah.
But yeah, that's 4 or 5, but I don't know if there's anything in specific you wanted to say about the chapter. Other than what we covered.
Yeah, pretty much everything I want to talk about we covered pretty much early on. I mean, Nobunaga is just absolutely fantastic. Like, the acting on him and, like, the dynamics between him and Finks and Phaeton are just so consistently good. Just fantastic stuff.
Agree, Ed. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Agree, Ed.
And now, talking about getting into some shit.
Yeah, 406. Yeah, it's a good transition right there. Where'd you learn that one? You was studying some books while you've been away.
Oh, ha ha hee hee hee. Ha ha.
Yeah, the next chapter 406 is...
So we have this.
Yeah, you go.
Yeah, so we have 3 things that happen in the chapter, basically.
Mm-hmm.
We have our 3 boys going down into the kind of like waste system of the ship, where they come to the conclusion that the Hyli have probably hijacked all of the like waste disposal kind of systems, and are using that as a way to basically get free kills. Or, no, we don't know for sure they've done that. It's just a safe assumption, because Nobunaga seems to be right about most everything so far. God, I love Nobunaga. He's such a simple man. Well, that's kind of the first part of the chapter. Which, I think having Nobunaga in this chapter is pretty important, considering one of the dynamics that I'm really afraid to see how it plays out as the story continues with the second part of the chapter. Because the second part is whenever we find the one girl's body and find out about what Benolanov did from their perspective as they figure it out. Because Benolanov is a lot easier to figure out than someone like, you know, Krollo. Then the next part is, of course, Krollo's musings, and then the last part is just the start of the funeral procession.
Yeah, which...
So were there any?
So the death of the body, the finding of the body, or HxH, was interesting because, to me, your last chapter we just mentioned, about the benefit of the lack of intelligence. Bolanov and like showing us a character that isn't as intelligent. Because Hunter x Hunter has this problem where it has like way too many intelligent characters, and it feels like that's an issue. So the opposite of this is Heinrich, who's a character that we haven't really developed and hasn't really felt like he's felt like a pretty like on his feet smart character, but hasn't really felt like a super intelligent character. Makes this kind of leap of logic here that leads him to be like, it was one of the troop that killed her. And it doesn't feel cheap to me, but it does feel like a bit like maybe it's too early for him to make that leap of logic. Like, I wish we had waited, like, and come back to him, like, one or two more times while he's thinking on it, and then he finally realized it. Instead of, like, the first time we come and see him after, he's like, oh yeah, it was the troop, for sure. Like, I'm not saying that his character couldn't have come to that conclusion, but it does feel like it happened really fast. It's like... He's like, oh yeah, it's for sure definitely the troop 100%.
I guess I can see that. I know for me, like, it didn't even seem like he was like for sure that it would be the troop. At least like the way I read it, it was mostly just like, are you taking this?
No.
Okay, I'll grab him. But so, like, for me, what really stood out about his reasoning to me is that, well, figuring out was important. That, like, who did it was almost like the least important thing to him, because he was the biggest focus on those two's minds is specifically getting revenge for it, or avenge. And that was what really stood out to me about it.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely what the focus is, but
I didn't think that leap was too big personally.
I don't think it was crazy. I mean, it's definitely not a leap that Blood Boy would take, because Blood Boy is very stupid. Speaking of stupid characters, but like, to me, it just felt like something that, like, the implication at the end was that it was like they know it's a troop, and they're gonna take their revenge because they want to avenge their comrade. To me, I would have liked it if they just said, like, oh, we'll take our revenge on whoever killed it, and they're like, yeah, of course. Which is what they say, but right before it, of course, there's that implication that they know it's the troop. I don't know. It's a weird... Where I'm not saying that I dislike it, but it's more so like... When it comes to Hunter x Hunter, you have to...
Bit of a quick jump.
When it comes to Hunter x Hunter, you have to, like, look at it from a perspective of, like I mentioned, every character's very smart, and you have to, like, suspend your disbelief a little bit and just be like, yeah, they're smart enough, whatever. Be like, yeah, they're very smart. But that's not a huge, like, complaint about it or anything. Just a thought I had while reading it. I was like, I would have liked more time to ruminate. Also because I like the character, so having more scenes where you get to see, the character's thought process and what they're going through would be nice.
Yeah. I do also think that part of it is probably that they want that immediate kind of connection between... because they wanted to be sure that it's in the same chapter where you have Nobunaga. So that way the fact that is a point of tension that is definitely going to come up.
Yeah, definitely. For sure. And then we get Crollo's kind of thing, and we see that Crollo, like Dogman, also is not looking for anyone specific. Like, because earlier he was kind of like ruminating on looking for someone, and everyone's like, who is he looking for? Well, no one in specific. He's looking for someone that does a thing.
Yeah.
And also he's looking to steal the Kaken royal treasures, one of which is the seed urn, which started the ceremony, which is kind of interesting. What would happen there if that were to be stolen?
Mm-hmm.
Also, like the other Kaken royal treasures could also have to do with the ceremony. Like, one of them could be the thing that's keeping them on the ship, that kind of thing. But that's speculate. Far speculation, that kind of thing.
Yeah, speculation on his part.
Yeah.
And there's also the fact that this is one of those like points of like potential tension coming up. Is if Crollo is looking for the Kaken royal treasures in order to power up his ability. Mm-hmm. We still don't know exactly what Kurapika's idea is to break the Nen cycle.
Yeah.
However, assuming that interacting with these treasures is a way to break it, which we know that Kurapika knows about the seed urn specifically. I don't remember if Oito mentioned it specifically, but we can assume that it's something that he would have direct knowledge of, from her perspective at least. That could be another point of tension to bring him in contact with the troop. If he tries to end the succession war with his own hands.
Yeah.
Which that may or may not be the direction it ends up going, but just a point of notice.
I need to take Duck Trio. Just because you match hair with them?
I am not blonde. You take that back. Let's see. Up against the ghost.
Left or right?
I kind of want to. Yeah, I would have left at the dark type. I kind of wanted to go right to try and get the Escavalier, but I actually already have a shiny Escavalier.
Same. I believe I got mine from it and Max Adventure, so. But that's it for me from 406. Fun thing noted at the end of 406 is when the funeral procession's happening, and this is when I thought a bunch of shit was going to go down. Which it really didn't.
Yeah.
So, kind of the event itself was peaceful, although stuff happened during it. One important thing at the very least.
Yeah, basically, two important things: martial law and the Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah. Speaking of next chapter, 407. First panels are really just about the procession itself and about Borkson being missing. Borkson we were introduced to a while ago. She is one of Sir Rydench's friends. Probably the most interesting.
The one
the
who
friends
is
that got
tasked
introduced
with holding the brain cell.
Yeah. And so you see Borkson's missing. All the other people are like, our brain cell's missing. What do we do? And then we get cut to Borkson, and she's been kidnapped by the Hylie and Morena to play a card game. Which is... The reaction to this online was not happy. We were like,
wait,
what?
Really?
In this first chapter, because people didn't realize what we were going to get here. They were like, why are we being like detoured with a card game in the middle of like this? Because like, the funeral procession's about to happen. Like four different big plot points are supposed to be happening. We're like, why are we doing a card game?
I can't imagine being in that kind of headspace where I would be anything but ecstatic for a card game in the middle of the manga.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, it's...
Then again, I'm also probably the weird one.
Well, it's one of those things where it's like, Togashi is definitely the through line of Hunter x Hunter is one of the through lines, I should say, is at least enjoy the moments, the little moments, the detours. So he takes us on the little detours. I'm not complaining.
Mm-hmm. Also, depending on when this chapter was written, I personally like to believe that Tadashi was really into Balatro for a little while, and that's when he made this.
Unfortunately, I think everything up to like 430 or 440 was written like years ago.
I know. However, I am still choosing to believe this. Are you gonna take this?
No.
No. Take it.
Didn't like the hair comment.
No, I just would rather the boy be in our hands item.
Yeah, don't worry, we can get you another one. Oh no, Evio likes that.
Bright powder time.
Well, yeah, you have anything else? Anything else? You have anything to say about Chapter 407? I should say.
See, so most of what I have to say is going to be about the overall card game and Morena.
Yeah, I mean, we can
at once.
Because the next 3 chapters. Sorry, is the rest of the chapters all the game? 408, 409, 410.
409.
Just 410 is.
Oh yeah, 410 is the end of the game, or no, 410 is the fallout of the game, and then the second half gets into the stuff with.
Yeah, the funniest Benjamin panel you've ever seen.
Yes.
He looks like he's a sock puppet. Yeah, so what do you gotta say about the game and like the next chapters? Delve into.
So first off,
all that stuff.
I absolutely love the format of the game. Specifically because, like, it's not very often that a single conversation will span, like, multiple chapters like this.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, with all the information he's wanting to get out for, like, this specific conversation, the format of the game is just, like, so perfectly tailored to that. Mm-hmm. And I think overall it's just, like, a huge success of writing to have, like, a semi-complex game as the undercurrent and, like, kind of way to carry us through this conversation while also being engaging on its own right. Which is all very good.
Yeah, agreed.
And I, of course, absolutely love the characters of Morena and, Borson, was that her name?
Borkson.
Borkson, that's
She
it.
borked like a dog. Bork.
Yeah, I love both of their characters so much. The entire... this entire, like, little, like, 3-chapter arc is just...
Yeah. And
it makes my heart bleed.
I'll say I wasn't a big fan of Morena before this. It was obviously had a role to play in the arc, and she was going to be doing something, but I really didn't care about her because she just seemed like another nihilist character.
Yeah. Like, I didn't have anything bad to say about her, but I didn't have anything good to say either. She was just, like, there.
Yeah, and then after these couple of chapters, I understand now, at least. I understand a little bit more with what he's cooking with her, and I get it.
Yeah, just an incredibly engaging character, very cute.
Yeah. I like the kind of delve into something that Togashi, and he's very good at this, and I've mentioned this before in praising of other artists as well, like one very good at not like talking about difficult subject matters without being gratuitous with it.
Yeah.
Where it's like you can have serious subjects without almost reveling in it.
Yeah. Like this is, and honestly, I think the imagery they used is perhaps worse than if they had shown it outright.
Almost. It's one of those things
Almost.
where it's like where it's like if
Like,
you're to watch something and it has like skimpily dressed woman, for instance, just throwing something out there, One Piece's Egghead arc, where it just has a woman that are like have no clothes on for the whole arc and their ass are just hanging out. It's almost worse than like seeing them completely naked. Like it's
yeah.
it's almost more offensive in a way.
Yeah. Meanwhile, in this arc, it's literally just a picture of a steak. It's like, what was it I said to you? It was like, you got like that one triangle meme where you got like basically, when I see this panel, I think of the phrase, I know artists who use subtext and they're all cowards. Like, just some of the most on-the-nose visual metaphor I've ever seen, and it turns my stomach.
Yeah. And it also recontextualizes. We now know that at least some of the Kakin princes are probably like the top like 6 or 7.
Oh, do you want to see the chart? I have a chart.
You have a chart, okay.
Not really a chart, like chart adjacent, I guess. So specifically, I wrote down one by one what the likelihoods are for the princes to have partaken in the the events described. Ooh, Lunala. Let's see, because I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so I got like 5 pages written about that.
Yeah.
Not gonna go through all of them, of course, but essentially, I basically kind of. So my consensus is basically the first, right up through Tyson, I am either 100% that they partook and were there for it. Maybe not necessarily full-throated participation, but like they definitely know about it up through Tyson.
You're saying including Tyson.
So here's my thing. I am almost 100% sure that Tyson knows about it. Because here's my take. if Tyson knows about this, I think that makes their character a lot more compelling.
Okay.
Because like here's my idea. We do not know specifically how necessary for the princesses to partake in this. However, knowing everything we do about Kakin, how ritualistic so many of its practices are, and also, you know, the fact that this revelation about this comes like a chapter or two after we get to see other very important treasures. For me, it seems very likely that all of the princes at a certain point are going to be required to take part in this.
Yeah.
In some extent. And so the only question is that based on how often they happen, we don't know for sure if all the princes have done it or have had the chance to know about it. Because, like, basically from Hockenberg and Yonder, I'm not entirely sure they would have had a chance to.
Yes. That was
as in, like, one would have happened recently. Enough. I didn't do the actual math. I meant to, but I just haven't. But, like, Saleh Saleh / Hockenberg and down, I'm a little on the fence about whether or not they're old enough to have. But I'm pretty sure everyone from Lazarus on up, if it is a required thing for them to partake in or at least witness it, everything from Lazarus on up has to have seen this.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that if we take that as a given, that makes specifically Tyson and Lazarus's characters a lot more interesting.
Yeah.
And Tebeppa to a certain extent. Oh!
What'd you get?
A shiny Golurk. I think I have 3 now.
Yeah.
Because I got the shiny Golurk I got as a kid playing through Black and White for the first time. The shiny Golurk I think I got like 2 or 3 streams ago with you while I was just auto-battling random Pokemon. And then this one would be 3. So that's very exciting for me. I think that's great.
That guy, that's like the shiny Dusclops somewhere. Everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's definitely like the top 5. It's a lock. They definitely participated in whatever the fuck this was. the Carnet Lever or whatever. And I think the 6th and 7th and 8th can be argued. I think it's fairly safe to say that from Hulkenberg down, it's they did not participate. Because if Hulkenberg were to have participated and be this character, it would be very weird. It'd be very strange.
Well, I mean, it would be one of those things where, like, it would be strange, but it would also, like, make sense for him to be as committed as he is if he has, like, seen the depths. Right. Like, I'm not sure if I like his character more with or without having, like, that direct knowledge. So I'm a little on the fence with it.
Mm-hmm.
But also, there's some math that I probably could do to be sure. But I just haven't done that math yet.
I'm saying this is looking real bad for Woble's character participating in that.
Oh, Woble had a great time.
But yeah, it's a nice little because we hear so much about how bad the upper princes are from the other princes. You know, we see some of their actions. Like, obviously, Serednich is a horrible human being. Camilla's manipulating a bunch of people to kill themselves. You know, Benjamin is like has no qualms about killing his relatives.
Yeah. The only softness we've seen from Benjamin is specifically he felt bad for Fudetsu when he saw her miserable.
Yeah.
And sorrow for his fellow soldiers. That's
Yeah.
all that we've seen.
Which you can, you can be a person and do horrible things and still like feel emotions. So,
yeah.
That's why I think it's well written. And then, of course, Zanglei is like a leader of a mafia group, along with Srednich and Loserist. So it's like we know they've done these like bad things, but it's nice to actually get a concrete little confirmation. Hey, here's something really bad that they kind of all did, like for certain. There's no like talking out of this one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's also the fact that Camilla gets like direct. What's the word? Has like a direct incentive from this system because her private military force is literally made up of have-nots whose loyalty to her is predicated on them having nothing without her. Which side do you want to go?
Right side.
Okay. Anyway, I'm going to go pee real quick. I'll be right back.
Do we have a sun setting theme for my Centiscorch? My Gigantamax Centiscorch too?
Also, how messed up is it that upon hearing about the terrible things that would happen to the woman who will become Marina Purdo, that one of my first thoughts is, how does this change how I think about the royal family? But this is just like, it's one of those like chapters, or heck, even it's one of those portions of one chapter that like really causes a lot of recontextualization.
Yeah. It's like the Beyond thing, where it's like, you're looking back on all these characters, like, what does this mean for, for the characters?
And it's also like tragic, but also makes like perfect sense for this to just be like a thing that they do. Also, what do we think about Nasabi? Do you think he would have what do we think about him? Do you think he's the type of guy who enjoys that?
Nas would be the dude with the giant tit monster?
Yeah.
Say it's up in the air.
Yeah, I agree. Really up in the air. But I forgot, Paliswan doesn't even have any ground moves. I think I made the wrong choice here. Man, I love Centiskorch. Like, I know a bit of a side note, but Centiskorch is just such a cool Pokemon. Just like... Centiskorch is really good.
Later, Wishcast.
Bye! Woo.
No, but it's fun. It's funny that obviously Borkson tries to cheat in the game because she wants to live and doesn't want to join these crazy people. But it's funny that we have that panel where it's like or that page where they're like, is that a mistake? And she's showing the yes card, and it's like, no, it's not a mistake. And I remember everyone was like freaking out on social. So like, what does this mean? What does this mean? And the answer is she cheated and she got caught because it's a net ability, and she wasn't ready for to be
I know,
caught
everyone's
with it.
like, ooh, what is her 5D plan? What is she gonna do? Ooh, oh, she's just stupid.
Yeah, and it's one of those fun things where it's like Togashi always leaves the cliffhanger, but he doesn't leave it for long. Next week see what the answer to the cliffhanger is. Lets you ruminate on it for a minute, and then immediately tells you you're wrong, basically. Even on the longer cliffhangers, like the one where it's like the people were speculating on the Hisoka one for so long, it was only like 10 chapters between us learning about the fact that he's not him.
Yeah, a really good example of oh. Ooh, I'm getting this Boridon and I'm keeping him forever. Guess who got an Eviolite?
Nice.
See, there's all the cute little shoujo moments. There's
one thing that I notice a lot is the characters as the card game goes on. They go from being drawn from the typical Hunter x Hunter fashion into very anime waifu style, where their eyes get huge and their hair gets wavy and stuff. It's very funny.
Yeah. The last panel of 408, right where the announcement is made that there are martial laws being declared. The two of them there, they just look so cute. See, there's the kiss scene, which is perhaps my favorite set of panels in Hunter x Hunter.
Your favorite set of panels is somebody getting sexually assaulted, Cory? It's fucked up.
It was. Yeah, you're right. It was messed up. Good God, was it funny. And also the way Borkson just systematically gets information out of Morena. It's Morena is... Or it's Borkson's very intelligent, but also Morena is also just 100% ready to give this information because it's all part of her Nen ability. This is also a big kind of moment of how disadvantaged people who are not used to thinking about Nen abilities are in these kind of situations. Because I'm not saying that a character who already had Nen wouldn't have tried to cheat, but the fact that cheating would have resulted in that would probably been a lot more apparent to characters who were well versed in Nen than someone who is just finding out about it right now.
Yeah.
I also really like the design of the mime guy. I just like him, he's neat. The one who's doing the shuffling.
Oh yeah, I forget what his name is. But yeah, I mean, do you have anything else to say about the game? It's definitely one of those things where it's like probably would have benefited from us being more week to week, because we could have like analyzed each panel of the game and been like, "Ooh, here's what's that." But like, at the same time,
I mean, all in all, it is.
We get the benefit of not having that tiring discussion, I guess. So.
Yeah, I do want to point out 2 more absolutely fantastic panels of the bloodied and broken cell phone. And that panel of basically Morena as just like this tall imposing shadow with the rest of the group just like turned into. Did I forget to get Porygon because I was too busy?
Yes.
Man, I'm so stupid.
I mean, there's a
we're getting Ivysaur.
Yeah, the middle section was an Ivysaur. So.
Man, I'm such an idiot. Absolute muffin. But yeah, that panel in particular is just so beautiful.
Also, that panel where like she's just like staring at her with the deep eyes, like the I don't know, like the Gone transformation eyes, basically.
Oh yeah,
it's very And then right after those panels, pages of creepy panels. It's back to the cute kawaii, big dopey eyed looks.
And then we get back into some real men.
Finally! I was wondering when they tell these women to shut up and get back to the story.
As we start to see some of the results of the martial law. As Benjamin, yep, that's right, First Prince Benjamin, personally
is ensuring everyone's safety.
Yes. Good guy Benjamin.
Looking out for all of his siblings.
Yeah, just worried about their health and safety.
Yep. He is worried about their health and safety.
Their health.
He's worried about it. Folks, he's worried about it. Yeah, no, we find out that he got infected by the disease, the super weapon that Bulk was gonna hit. Well, did hit Hulkenberg with, but it was Hulkenberg's plan to get infected with it, so that he could send that off. And send it, by that I mean himself as a spirit. And he was successful against Benjamin. And now here's the question: what happened to Bulkenberg? Was he able to transfer his consciousness out, or is he fucked? Like, we don't know.
Yeah.
Did he swap back over to Balls? Is he just dead? We don't know.
Yeah. Or did he end up doing another switch and he is Benjamin right now?
Which I don't think is the internal monologue is Benjamin's internal monologue, in my opinion. Like, it's not somebody else's. That's just the way it seems to me. It seems. Because he's talking about like how much time he has left and how he has to secure that for his son, which it could also be Hulkenberg, because we don't know who their mother was looking after in her room, but the child. Presumably, that's what everyone's presuming when they mean their child.
Yeah. And the big thing to me is that I cannot see Benjamin I cannot see Benjamin not being the one who wins the succession war, essentially. Like, I cannot see him talking about this way like he is going to lose. I mean, obviously, if he's about to die, then whatever. But I cannot see this being like Benjamin's plan.
Yeah.
Which could just be, we don't fully understand Benjamin, but I personally can't see it.
Well, it's also his internal monologue, and also we see in the one panel we see his Nen Beast on his shoulders as well. So presumably that's not Hulkenberg, because the Nen Beast wouldn't be with him. I don't know. Maybe that's a wrong thing to think, but. Maybe the Nen Beast would still be there.
I feel like that point's debatable.
Yeah, maybe the Nen Beast would still be there. I don't know. But it's something to think about, where it's like, is the Nen Beast going to remain with him to help him out?
Mm-hmm.
If it's not him.
Or heck, would the Nen Beast or remain with him and then try to cause problems?
Yeah, would it be able to differentiate between the two of them, and like when Benjamin's awake, he's helping him out, and he's asleep, he's fucking with him, like.
Yeah.
That'd be funny.
Or even, here's another idea. This is Benjamin, but we're seeing Hockenberg's monologue inside of there.
They don't know what could be happening, but
I'm not.
In my opinion, it's Benjamin himself. He didn't get possessed by Hulkenberg, but he did get poisoned by him. That's what I think is happening. Could be wrong, folks. Could be wrong.
Could be wrong. Could be wrong. It's still though very interesting what's happening. Oh, and he lives, folks. He lives. Not Benjamin though. He's gonna die.
Yeah, Benjamin's dead. Yeah, and that's another interesting thing I was thinking about. We know that Cheadle is on the ship, and that Leorio are on the ship, and we know that the crew is at least competent, and Cheadle might be more than competent. We don't know the realm of her thing, so it's like, if they asked for help from the Hunters Association, could Hulkenberg have been saved? His body, or could Benjamin be saved?
Mm-hmm.
In kind of retrospect, it's like, could they be saved if they just asked for help? We don't know. Yeah. And then ability to fix this disease could be possible, but also, a through line of this story is that the scientific growth of man outscales other things. Rude, Lunala. Rude, you motherfucker. You're just killing me before you die.
Just a little tap. Just a little love tap right at the end.
But I mean, learn from Benjamin that all the lower, or not, but what he says is like, actually, what does he say specifically? Doesn't he say like there's a certain amount of princes left? Because I remember he says something like there are 3 princes left at one point, and people thought that he meant he had killed all the princes, and people were like, what the fuck? Why didn't they show us any of this? Because I remember people were reading that wrong.
Oh, yeah.
But let's see what he says. That might have been a fan translation that said that, actually.
Yeah, because this is the only thing I
see
is him talking
It says
about.
4 princes left in page 14, 15, the double spread page. He says 4 princes left. So presumably, what he means is that there's 4 princes that he doesn't have under custody at the moment. Not that he's killed all the princes, but 4 of them. We know 2 of them are Zhang-Lei and Lucerus, and that the other 2 are lower-ranked princes. Because that's what he says. He says, find third Prince Zhang-Lei and 7th Prince Lucerus are unaccounted for. Find them and leave the lower-ranked princes for later. So, speculation on which princes are missing. My opinion, Mariam is one of them because he's not in his room. Because they don't technically know where he is.
Oh, yeah.
And the second one would be Wobble because she escaped with Zhang-Lei to wherever they're going off to. That was my thought first off, is the fact that Zhang-Lei's gone. He took like the mafia exit or whatever, and Wobble might have been with them at the time, and they left as well. That kind of thing.
Oh, considering the offer to have Wobble stay with him.
Mm-hmm. Especially because during the procession was right when Kurapika's Nen classes were, so it's like, and this is happening like right after the procession, so it's like maybe they finished the Nen classes and went over to went over to his quarters or whatever. Unknown what happened exactly, but that was the first thing I thought of.
Yeah. Especially since for Zhang-Lei right now, his best shot at winning is to have Kurapika on his side.
So yeah, 4 princes are missing, and they're the only thing preventing Benjamin from killing all the rest of the princes. So, give me 1 second.
Yeah, you're good.
Hello. Sorry, my dad just got here and he's cleaning my bathroom.
Oh, you're good.
He's probably gonna whistle a bunch, so, or sing stuff, so, you know.
Fair.
But yeah, it's in interesting look into Benjamin. Now has his end state. He's wanted to enact martial law for the longest time, and now he gets to, but unfortunately it's not at his best.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for him, I should say. Fortunately for all the other princes, if they can survive through this, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And then I really love the panel where it's we've gotten so many double spreads this 10 chapters, and in this chapter alone we have like 3 different ones.
Mm-hmm.
But I love the last one where it's Benjamin on one side and then it's the 3 Muppet characters on the other side. Where it's our two Zodiacs and Kaisar looking back at him, and they all have way less detail.
Oh, yeah.
It's so funny. But I like what I like in this kind of final moment, other than getting to see some of our Zodiacs again, is that we see Messiah Storm like catches on to what Benjamin's doing, but isn't like confident about it. Because we know Messiah Storm's a smart cookie. He's seems to be like one of the smartest of the Zodiacs, if not the smartest, besides like Kurapika himself. So he catches on pretty instantly, and then he's not too confident in what he is thinking himself. But then immediately we have the juxtaposition of Batobai, who we don't know much about. We just know he's like supposedly the strongest, or like one of the strongest of the Zodiacs. Mm-hmm. And he just immediately just walks up and is like essentially challenging Benjamin. Like, you look rather pale. Are you all right? Like, he does not care at all about aspersions or like.
Yeah, just like are you doing okay?
he caught on immediately and is just like, yep. He's like, listen, buddy. It's very funny to see that kind of juxtaposition, especially because we don't really have much on these characters yet. Presumably we'll get more on the Zodiacs as the series goes on and we get to the Dark Continent finally. But, you know.
We'll get there when we get there.
Let me see Kaisar's internal monologue again. I'm so confused every time this character's on screen. Because I don't know if I should be rooting for him or rooting against him.
Yeah. Because
we constantly see inside of his head, but I don't know if these are genuine thoughts or these are fake thoughts or these are... What is this character thinking?
I don't know, like, I kind of want to think he's, like, genuine, but maybe that's just because I want Melody to have a friend.
Well, I want to believe that he's fake so that I believe that the whole Melody wanting to kill Lazarus plan was, like, a bait for him, essentially. Or even if he wasn't fake, like, that could still be a thing, but...
Oh, I'm 100% certain that that is a thing. I'm 100% certain that Melody is just like, okay, how far can I get this plan going?
Yeah.
And then derail it.
Well, it seems to have been derailed before they even got to do it, so unfortunately.
Yeah.
Where they're still going to go along with it while they're in, like, confinement, but considering Lazarus is missing, you know. It could also be the other thing, the other prince that I was thinking of, because it's the lower ranked princes. So you have to figure it's either Fugetsu, Miriam, or Wobble. One of those 3. So the other one, it's definitely Miriam. It's like almost certain. Fugetsu, though, if it's Fugetsu, that means she could have like escaped through her Nen ability, and like she's somewhere else.
Yeah.
Or it could be Wobble is the one that's gone with Zheng and then Fugitsu later proceeds to escape using her Nen ability. So even though he has her under, or figures her under capture, she ends up getting out essentially. So
yeah, or it could be a case where it's like they just assume, like it could be that like Miriam, they're not accounting. They think Miriam is just in there, so they're just like, okay, yep, good. Didn't even open the door.
Well,
unlikely, but a possibility.
They know he's been missing for a bit, for like a few days, but I don't think they know why he's been missing. Like, because I'm pretty sure Benjamin knows that he's been missing, or like his camp knows that, because Kurapika knows it from the dudes coming to his class and and Hanzo reaching out to him.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't for that, then he wouldn't know. And Benjamin presumably should know about it because...
Oh, he's got the guys in the class.
He's got the guys. Well, not only has he got the guys in the class, but he's got the guys in like every single... You know, he has guards everywhere.
Yeah.
So presumably if one of his guards is like, hey, I left that room and now they're not there anymore, he'll be like, So let me see if there was... There is one of the first Prince guards in Miriam's thing right now. So presumably Benjamin knows about the situation, more or less.
Yeah.
Or at least knows that there's something happening, essentially. And because his even if there's no way to contact between him and his guard, because he's not dead yet and he knows he's not dead, he can figure that they're still alive somewhere.
Yeah.
So that's my thought, is that he knows that he's gone somewhere and he's like, we have to figure out, you know, we can't just not kill him. Like, if Benjamin's plan is to kill all the princes so he can take the throne within these 10 hours, like, he can't just have a missing prince who he can't find. So that's my thought process in him saying that. But, you know, best panel of the 10 chapters for me is definitely the "there's no problem at all" him staring at the camera.
Oh yeah.
That's such a great panel.
So good. And what a good batch of chapters.
Yeah, overall, really enjoyed the batch of chapters. Swinging right out the gate with the Beyond stuff. It was pretty funny.
Oh yeah, that was this batch of chapters. Was this a batch of 10 or 20 chapters?
It was 10. And then I think the next 20, like 5 are done, or 5 or 6 are done of the next couple, but like he's been on, you know, holiday break, so he hasn't really been updating. So
yeah.
But I think the next 6 I think are done. So
391 October 23rd, 2022. 400 December 25th, 2020. Or no, 401 October 6th, 2024.
Yeah.
A 2-year hiatus.
Yeah. And this next one looks to be a lot shorter. He'll be coming around the mountain when he but, you know.
He'll be coming.
Dude's gotten surgery.
Around the mountain.
Dude's been working on stuff more.
And good old Tagashi.
That's it for that. I mean,
Yeah, we're pretty much all caught up with Hunter x Hunter. The big topics I had to cover, like the prince's the flesh-eating habits and Yusoka's bestiality DNI in his profile.
Yeah, you had some very interesting things to talk about, huh?
Yeah. Man, and we only got to see Beyond for like a couple of panels.
That is funny. I mean, to be fair, we also only got to see Hisoka for a couple of panels.
That's true.
These are the two characters that I was requesting the most to see more screen time of. We got to see, like, literally a panel of Beyond with a bunch of, like, incidental panels where they were talking about him. And then Hisoka was, like, half a dozen panels.
Yeah. But at least we got them.
Yes.
And Hunter x Hunter is so good.
Especially, like, the first chapter of this batch, literally recontextualizing Beyond and how he works into this arc. Because he kind of had at this point before, like, everyone was just waiting for the Dark Continent for him to come into play, and now he's, like, a big player in this arc suddenly, and then they just ignore it. They don't even talk about it for the rest of its 10 chapters.
Yeah.
They do, like, one little hint where Selkov says, oh, I've known Nen since birth, or whatever. I've been able to do Zetsu since birth, and everyone's like, oh, I did. But, like, literally no other mentions. It's just funny.
Yeah.
We'll see where it goes from here, but I'm assuming... I don't even know where the next... Because last time I predicted they would come right back into the talk with Tubepa's guard. And the one made the deal, and I was right. I was right. But this time, I don't even know, like... My prediction would be either we go back in time and see how Hulkenberg infected Benjamin and what happened to Hulkenberg, or we just press forward and we go immediately to one of the missing princes and see their perspective and, like, what they're doing. But those are my two predictions for what's going to happen at the beginning of the next chapter. Because it's kind of left it open-ended. Like, I presume we're not just going to come back to, like, Benjamin in the hallway talking to, you know, Kaisar and stuff. It's my presumption. But, you know, that could be where it comes back to. So yeah, I think it's either that flashback with what happened with Balkenberg or one of the escaped princes. Or, I mean, Kurapika, who would presumably be with one of the escaped princes. Or if he's not, I guess theoretically Kurapika in the Nen class could also be something that we come back to. Like, as martial law gets declared, and he's in the Nen class with, like, the other guards right now. That could be the thing, because it might not have ended yet. So that could be where we come back to with him. So that could be the start of the next chapters, which would be interesting. Especially because Babayama and the other guy would not presumably stay there, right? Or maybe they'd stay there to be, like, the guards for that. Because
for that room, yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know, because it's not like... Because Benjamin doesn't have any of his personal guard with him at the moment, right?
He does have some
in
of
those last
them,
couple of chapters.
Look. I think he has some of them. Could be wrong. I mean, he definitely has some guards with him, but I don't know if they're, like, his, like, superior
personals.
Guards. Yeah. Might not be. So my thought process is, if I'm Benjamin here, okay, I'm getting in the mindset of Benjamin, and I'm like, I have this martial law, and I want to make sure these guys are captured. You know, I have I have 10 of my siblings that I have to make sure are under lock and key. One of them, Camilla, she's already in my headquarters. We're good with that one. Or maybe she's not. She got freed, right? Or because I said they couldn't keep her.
Camilla. Yeah, I think Camilla might be confined to her room, but not to
Yeah,
the prison. I think is where she's at right now.
But yeah, so we got like we know where she is, and we know where a lot of them other are. I want my best guards like on them right now, so that they can't make an escape. You know what I mean? Like I want my named guards to be the ones that I have left to be on them right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want them to be with me while I have to do this like rigmarole with the Justice Bureau kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'd rather have them be either with the people that I need them to be watching right now, or looking for the ones that are missing, essentially. So we'll see what ends up happening with that. I'm sad we only got a few panels of Rihan in this batch of chapters, though. I would like to see more of him.
Oh yeah.
He's definitely my favorite yapper of the bunch right now.
I don't know what's gonna happen next, but I'm just here for every moment of it, and I'm so not ready for the fallout when it starts to drop.
Mm-hmm. But I digress.
Yeah, so, any other topics from you today?
No.
I'm trying to think about anything else
I feel like I might have had something, but like I don't know. I feel like I did have something that I was going to bring up, but I forgot. I forgot about it. Probably remember it tomorrow or something.
Yeah, probably.
Hmm.
Let's see. Yeah, because the only games I've really been playing have been my couple of platformers. There's Pokemon, of course, the constant sync.
Well, the constant sync. I haven't heard of that one before. What's that about?
So it's that new Pokemon that got revealed for Gen 10. It's just it's a water type that's always dripping. Yeah, constant sync is constant sync is just like the initial translation.
Sorry about that. Sorry.
Oh no, you're good. So true, bestie. Time ready to hop onto some Monster Hunter World?
Huh? Huh?
Oh, I thought you were making monster noises. Well, I am excited for Monster Hunter Wilds, so that'll be fun.
I'm sure there's definitely something I want to bring up. I can't think of what it was.
Was it anime related?
What else would it be? Anime or
gamer related.
Or game related. Yeah. I'm playing Dread Delusion, but I already mentioned that last time. It's been fun. I don't know what else I could even say. Dragon Quest 3, I mentioned that last time as well. What the fuck was I thinking of? I have no idea.
We're just lost. See. Talked about all the interesting manga stuff happening.
Look at this real quick, actually. It might be in here. I did, one of the things... Are you there, Cory?
Yes.
One of the things I have in my achievement thing is to stream through a multiplayer game. So, you know, if you have any ideas, anything you want to do. It's been a bit since we've done it.
That's true. Honestly, just like...
Time days, so.
Honestly, just like let me know if you have any ideas, because like I'm definitely down for it.
If you got any,
unfortunately, my only idea is like, hey, why don't we do Tales of Symphonia? But unfortunately, the Steam multiplayer is
Yeah, you told me about that. I might even own that on Steam. I do own it on Steam. So.
If only I had Ethernet out here.
It's true.
Oh, maybe I'll look into it like one of those Wi-Fi like signal repeaters. See if that would improve the experience.
Do you have any other ideas of games that I'd actually want to play?
Hey.
Me when I fucking shit on a video game classic that everybody loves.
Let's see. Oh, you know what? Here, let's
You know what I mean?
Oh, I forgot that there is a zoom function on the Switch.
It's because it's like such an awkward way to do it.
Yeah. I was tapping the home button too quick and it's just whoop.
Yeah. It's
I was
very
thinking we
nice
could
feature
do
for some games.
I was thinking maybe we could do like a there any good like local multiplayer games we could do on like Switch Online, maybe do it via that. Nothing really good on 64 for that.
Probably Super Nintendo. If I had to guess, there might be something good on there. An update for the Super Nintendo software is available. So
let me take a look. Oh yeah, and we couldn't do 64 anyway because you don't have the premium Switch Online.
I don't believe I do. No. Hey, we can always do that Mario 64 online, whatever it's called. There's something new to play. It looks like a lot of new stuff to play.
Side Pocket. Fighter's History. Oh, they added a bunch of the Kirby games on here. Earthworm Jim 2.
They have Toe Jam and Earl in here?
I think they have that on the Genesis one.
Sad.
Oh yeah, that one is premium too. Yeah, we'll need to find something. Yeah, let's just go to Steam.
How do you view which ones are multiplayer on this thing? Because like you can do play online, but it doesn't let you. Hold on. Let me click that. I have 100% Kirby Superstar save on this. Oh no, it's the special. I was like, I'm pretty sure I never played Kirby Superstar on this. I don't know. I think on my SNES Mini I have a save on there, but don't remember ever playing it on this. Which games are multiplayer? It's not what I want. So not, did I just have a list? So basically it's impossible to know until you go into each one and boot it up.
Yeah.
The original Star Fox is not a multiplayer game, right?
No.
I don't know why that one makes me laugh so much. Like the playing that one multiplayer. Technically, I think the Donkey Kong Country games are multiplayer, maybe? Could be wrong about that. No, because maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking
They're multiplayer, but in the like one of you controls one of them at a time.
That's funny. Yeah. I don't know if they have any good multiplayer SNES games on here, really. so much time played on this, actually. What the heck? Oh, did I play this on stream on this? I might have, yeah.
Maybe.
I forgot they released... like, my brain just short-circuited because I saw Star Fox fucking 2 in here. I was like, wait, huh? I was like, that's not a game. I forgot that they released that on the SNES.
Oh, yeah.
Thing. That actually just, like, fucking short-circuited my brain. I don't know. I don't know what we can play. As I said, if you think of something, toss it out.
Oh, they have a. Oh wait, is Game Boy Advance part of the Switch Online Premium too?
I have no idea.
Because they have the Zelda 4 Swords on there.
That's funny. I've never played that. Multiplayer, so I only played that one single player. Would be interesting.
Yeah, like back when what was it? Back when the 3DS had the single player version of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll have to workshop something.
Do something. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll get gamered.
We'll get gamered.
Yeah, get gamered.
The old stream meme document with a bunch of games on it, so I have to look through that and see if there's anything.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Did you just... Is this you?
What?
Did you boot up the stream meme document?
No?
Because
is there someone else on it right now?
I just booted it up to look at it, and then immediately after I did, somebody else, an anonymous person, immediately did it as well. So I'm like, what the heck? Like, did Cory just got on this page?
You think AJ has like a like a notification if anyone ever goes there? Is there anyone in your chat? Is like if Noah was in the chat, he would also just do it.
I don't know. My chat. I don't even remember how to view people in your chat. It's been so long. Users in chat, probably that button. Noah is in the chat. He's hiding. I feel like he'd speak up though if we were calling him out like this.
That's true. If you heard us talking, shh.
Exactly. Must be one of the situations where it's like a. I know they have bots that like troll like random documents and stuff online. So it's one of those situations because I've linked it places before, so.
Makes sense.
I was like, why is there somebody else on this page? Weirded me out. Alright, but I'll see you for our Minecraft playthrough.
Oh, we never did finish that Sonic Minecraft playthrough.
There's a reason we didn't finish that, because that shit was ass.
So bad.
Dookie dog.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's not really any much worse than most Sonic games, so.
That's true. And I've played most of them. Not Sonic Boom, though. I had enough self-respect to skip that one. Yeah, so I guess you did call it now. We can,
No, I think we'll just stay here.
All right, yeah. We'll just stay in call
So
for a
keep
while.
talking,
All right.
yeah.
I'm
Keep
gonna
talking
pull
on
up
that later.
a showdown. Do you want to get some battles with me?
Alright, goodbye, stream.